Welcome to your weekly UAS news update. We have 4 stories for you this week. The World Cup wraps up with more than 700 seizures. We'll talk about that. Wildfire drones also are grounding firefighting aircraft in Spokane. Not a good news. And then the FAA rolls out a $9 million inspection grant. And then finally, DoorDash gets their drone delivery approval. So let's get to it. The U.S. Department of Transportation said that it just ran the largest counter-drone operation in U.S. history. More than 700 unauthorized drones were seized during the FIFA World Cup, with over 1,100 total detections that ran across 11 of the U.S. host cities. They were also caught at fan zones and hotels and training sites. The FAA set up nearly 250 temporary flight restrictions, TFRs, and then ground intercept teams that were stationed at venues to catch violators pretty fast. Now, this was not just confiscations. The federal prosecutors in Houston have filed criminal charges against 4 people for flying into restricted zones, and there's going to be likely more that are in progress. Officials are calling this a blueprint for the 2028 LA Olympics, and the message for pilots is pretty simple. Don't fly in TFRs. I do hope that there will be more information about all of the details. We've been getting some unofficially from folks that we know, but it would be great to see lessons learned, and then also to help the FAA improve some of the processes, because I think some of these people were caught not 100% because of their fault. Let's just put it this way. Speaking of TFRs, wildfires are burning through Spokane County, Washington. You may have seen the images, and drone pilots, unfortunately, are making it worse. If you're not familiar, these fires have destroyed 700 structures already and forced over 65,000 people to evacuate. The sheriff's office counted at least 26 drone incursions into the fire flight restrictions in just 3 days. That's not good. It's currently unclear how these detections are happening, but at least 4 of these drones allegedly flew into the path of firefighting aircraft. One incursion on August 3rd also grounded all 35 aircraft that were firefighting while the homes were actively burning, which is very, very maddening. Now, only 2 operators have been cited so far. Keep in mind that federal penalties here can exceed $20,000 and up to a year in prison. And remember also to check tfr.faa.gov before every single one of your flights, especially if you live in one of those areas. And as always, just don't be that guy. And the third story this week, the Department of Transportation just posted a new grant forecast. They're saying $9 million for agencies that want to inspect bridges, dams, and roads with drones. Now, applications open in September, and then they close in November 15th. And 5 awards are expected to be provided. Since December of last year, federal funds cannot be used to buy and operate Chinese-made drones, or foreign-made drones even. And of course, that decision grounded hundreds of state government drone fleets overnight. State officials asked Congress for $50 million in order to replace to replace all of the drones that were grounded. Congress authorized $12 million this year, and only $9 million now are going to be actually getting funded. If your agency relies on federal drone funding, this program is real money, but of course it's nowhere near close the actual funding that is needed to replace the fleet that has been grounded. Last up, DoorDash just got their FAA Part 135 certification. That makes it the 8th company in the United States that is approved to run commercial drone delivery operations. The new program is called DoorDash Air. Instead of just partnering with drone companies like Wings or Flightrex, DoorDash is actually building their own aircraft, building their own software to decide each of the orders, how they're going to get delivered, whether by car, by robot, or by drone. The company says that drone delivery under 5 miles can arrive in under 25 minutes. DoorDash also says that their drones are American designed and built. Details on the actual aircraft are still under wraps, but with more coming later this year, we'll definitely keep you updated when we see and hear more about all of this. And as always, the conversation continues on post-flight, where we're going to talk about all of these stories uncensored in the premium community. Links are in the description. We'll see you on Monday for the live Q&A. And then in the meantime, you have a great weekend and stay away from wildfires and TFRs and all of the above.
I think if you see your DoorDash guy pull up in a minivan, a 1977 minivan, or a 2025 Tesla, there's a little bit of a difference. Like, oh,
Yeah, the minivan guy can carry a lot more stuff.
You see the Tesla guy and you're like, maybe I don't need to tip 20% on
Exactly. It's true.